What do former President Trump and basketball star LeBron James have in common? Well, just hours after Twitter launched its new paid verification system, fake accounts using their names and likeness popped up. And we just learned the company's cybersecurity chief called it quits. Let's get to CNN's Donny O'Sullivan now. So, Donny, that didn't take long. How easy is it to create a fake Twitter account and make it look real under this new system?
Yeah, things are getting really messy and really confusing on Twitter right now, Anna. In the past 24 hours or so, we have seen so many fake accounts pop up pretending to be people, pretending to be very famous people, and getting that blue verified check mark. For years, that mark has meant that is the real person. We know this person says who they say they are.
So this is a bunch of lies. I mean, Disney is renowned for doing this. You have Stan Lee's account, which obviously is not his account because he is dead, but he still tweets out political takes. He still out shills Disney products. You have people paying up to $15,000 for the check mark. And then you even have public figures which clearly do not operate their own accounts. I mean, there have been posts, letter for letter, or at least in the same spirit, coming out seconds within each other from various politicians from the Democratic Party, like, for example, Hillary Clinton and Obama, showing that there is a PR team behind those accounts. So, like, the idea that, fake blue check marks are a new thing is absolutely laughable. Now, the main problem that the American culture is promoting is that it encourages people to be lazy and it encourages people to be mentally challenged to the point where the average American shouldn't do any thought process for themselves. They should delegate all of their thinking to fact checkers and institutions. So it's up to Twitter to spoon feed the American public and tell them which account is real and which one isn't, because the American public should be incompetent, should be like little children that need mommy and daddy to tell them how the world works. I mean, look at this, if an account gets a blue check mark for being Jesus Christ, how dumb do you need to be? Like, you need to be a person that is so monumentally stupid that you need to work at CNN in order to think that this is legit. Yeah, like, it's Jesus Christ with a blue check mark. Obviously, there is also some blame, I guess, to put on Twitter and Elon Musk, because the new blue check mark is not a verification badge anymore. The new blue check mark is kind of like if you're on Discord and you buy Nitro. Or it's kind of like if you're on YouTube and you buy YouTube Red. It's a subscription thing which you can use to support the platform. And you also get access to some new perks. Like, for example, you can upload longer videos. Your messages get to pop up in the search results a lot faster, right? So it is like a tool for people who are interested in blogging, who are journalists, who want to reach a wide audience. That's what it is. Or for people who want to support the platform. Now, with that out of the way, I want to show you a Lilly thing and a debate that really pisses me off, which has to do with the Eli, Lilly, and company, right? So they had a parody account which tweeted out that we are now excited to announce that insulin is free. So a lot of leftists weighed in on the debate, and they were saying that, no. See, the reason that the stocks were falling, as you can see here, isn't because of the parody, but it's because there is a spotlight on this company now, and they can't gouge the price of insulin anymore, because according to the leftists, they believe that insulin should be free because the initial discovery was patented for everyone, so it should be very cheap and it should be free. Now, here's the thing, and this is what I remember from med school, which I did several years ago, so my knowledge isn't very fresh, but I think I can articulate exactly what is happening here. The first invention of insulin was done by taking a pig pancreas and processing that and taking the insulin from pigs and then use it in order to try and help people with diabetes. But that first version of insulin, that is the one that's free and acceptable, but the problem with it is that it's obviously not as refined and not of a high quality that is the insulin we have today. Because today, most insulin is being done in a lab. I believe it's made from bacteria, although there are other type of processes that you can obtain it. It requires expensive equipment. And then there's different types of insulin, right? So depending on the patient's lifestyle, like for example, if you have a patient that doesn't eat regularly, or if you have a patient that is more active during the night, like he's going to want a different type of insulin than a person that has like a fixed schedule, right? So this is due to capitalism and due to the fact that there is different types of demand and the market tries to adjust for each and every person's needs. And this is why insulin is more expensive, because it's not the exact same process and it's not done as easy as the first insulin, which was first discovered in 1920, right? But the leftists either don't understand or are making this as a disingenuous argument in order to get votes and be like, oh, well, the evil pharmaceutical companies are trying to gouge consumers. Except for Pfizer. Like, Pfizer does good. But, like, you know, like, other companies, they're bad. They're evil. So, it's like comparing the modern way of doing lights. You know, like comparing LED lights with the light bulb that Edison invented. I mean, technically, yeah, you know, it's still an invention that gives light, but the process through which you do it is different. The technology is different. You can't really just compare the two. And this is what is happening right here with a lot of left-leaning people now attacking Eli Lilly and company for saying that, oh, well, how dare you demand a higher price for insulin? Well, that's why, you know, and it's not supposed to be free because people still work on it. I mean, it's like the manufacturer. So like what you're saying when you want it to be free, you're saying that either the people who work to create it should not be paid. So like you should have like some slave labor that creates the insulin. Or you're saying that people who don't have this condition should pay for the ones that do. So like, for example, you need to pay for someone else. Which, you know, okay, fine. But like, that's fine. There's a debate that should be had. I mean, it's not like, oh, well, you must pay for someone else, right? Like, your money is not your money. It belongs to everybody. Like, okay, if my money belongs to everybody, tell me so I can work less. Because if I work for everybody, like, I wanted to work for myself and my family and my friends. But if I work for everybody, well, then I get to work less. And then there's another thing which I found hilarious. We've just overthrown the government of Brazil, says Chiquita Brands. But this is a fake account. This is not the actual Chiquita. The actual Chiquita said, we've apologized to those who have been served a misleading message from a fake Chiquita account. We have not overthrown a government since 1954. Oh, well, I'm glad. You know, maybe you can keep up the track record. Days without overthrowing a government. Holy shit. But the interesting thing is that the American public is led to believe on purpose by activists, by brands, by politicians, that everything you see on the internet is gospel, right? Like if it appears on your screen, then it's true. So when you're playing Xbox and someone says that he, like Skullfuck47 materializes and says that he wants to fuck your mother, then you actually need to start worrying about protection unless you want to have a brother. Like, you need to start buying condoms, or at least you need to tell your mother not to go outside because she is in grave danger because Skullfuck47 and his penis is out for her. Like, this is the level that the American public is being led to believe. That everything on the internet is not a joke, is not a metaphor, is not sarcasm, it's 100% true. So no wonder that people are believing that, oh, well, Jesus Christ is being verified and other shit. Because it's so fucking easy to fact check, right? Like, for example, I'm looking at this, Eli Lilly and Company, you just click on it, you see how many subscribers they have, you look at their post history, it literally takes 20 seconds, right? But no, like the American public, but the fact checker, like what are the fact checkers saying? We need to wait because we can't know, we can't decide. Which is really scary considering that not only these people have a right to vote, but they also have a right to sign contracts and stuff. Like some of them, they actually want to buy a house or sell a car. Like how do they do that? How do they manage? Because there's no fact checking there. They're making real life decisions. Not to mention all the corporations that are also infantilizing people. Giving them like pet names, like what was it? Twiddlers for the people working at Twitter. The Twiddler family. And they have ball pits and shit. It's like, yeah, you get infantilized by the school system, you get infantilized by politicians, you get infantilized by activists, you get infantilized by corporations, and then you have a public that literally doesn't know whether or not is the real Jesus Christ. Unfucking real, isn't it? Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.